Hi, it's me from the future. I just thought I should add in an explanation for when I list these miles around here now. They're different. They flipped. So when I was hiking northbound, the miles started, so mile 0 would have been Mexico. But now, since I'm Sobo, mile 0 is Canada. So they're different. That's why they look different. Yeah, see ya. Good morning. Wonderful sunrise this morning. I didn't film too much yesterday because my camera was dead. But a little recap. Got into Chester around noon. Went straight to the post office. Picked up my food resupply box. And then walked to the Copper Kettle Cafe and got lunch. Chicken fried steak with gravy, 2 eggs, hash browns, rye toast, coffee, water. Smashed it all. After lunch, I just went over to the park so I could sort out my food, pack it all away, charge my devices. Hung out I was in Chester for probably 4 hours total, and got a chocolate banana milkshake and made my way back to the road. Got a hitch back to trail, and probably started hiking by 5 o'clock. And originally I was just gonna hike out like 3 miles. Wanted yesterday to be an easy day. But this whole area is still just scorched to hell. So when I got to the campsite, it was not looking very safe. So I ended up hiking another 4, maybe 5 miles until I found a nice area with some mostly living trees that looked safe to camp under. So I did that and set up camp by 8:30. And now I'm hiking. Just want to give a honorable mention to the folks that picked me up yesterday from the trail to Chester. This big truck passed me, and he actually turned around, came back to come and pick me up. He was on his way out to go on like a 1 or 2 week hunting trip. So he had like a little trailer fully stocked with tons of stuff and a quad, and super nice of him to come back and get me. And the fellow that also gave me a lift out of Chester back to trail. That took a little bit of time to get a hitch. Maybe like 20 minutes. And usually I can get a hitch in just a couple minutes, but really thankful for those folks that helped me out yesterday. Sunbath. Okay, one more thing. I was having crazy dreams last night where it was almost as if I was watching like a paranormal TV show where I was just witnessing people's spirits leaving their body, and you could see their spirit like fly off. So random. And then I guess one more mentionable is I just reached the official midpoint of the Pacific Crest Trail. Even though I hit my own midpoint a long time ago, this is where the midpoint actually is if you don't skip the Sierra. So kind of cool. I'm surprised this thing is still here because everything around it is just burnt. I liked my midpoint better. Just stopped for lunch a little bit ago, and I've probably hiked about 16 miles today so far. There are thunder and lightning storms consistently booming overhead and over my shoulder. And I'm just wondering when this burn area is ever gonna end. It goes forever. So I'm just trying to hike fast and far so I can get out of here. A little bit of hail falling. Sounds like I'm inside of an ice machine. It's hot again. Woo! Officially out of the Cascade mountain range and in the Sierra range. But this isn't the start of the Sierra section. I think that officially starts after Tahoe. South of Tahoe is the official Sierra beginning. Anyways, still exciting. I'm hiking. It's like 5:45 p.m. and I'm trying to do, I don't know, five-ish more miles, because that's where the campsite is, and that means I will have hiked 32-ish miles today. Just trying to get out of here. A mile and a half to go to camp, and I'm feeling pretty wrecked. I'm tired. I think I'm probably a little bit dehydrated, hungry, all those things. I just want to get to camp and eat food and melt into my sleeping bag. It's too hot for that though, so I just want to lay down, really. Whew. So, a few reasons why I'm kind of pushing myself a little harder to get through here. One, obviously, everything's burnt. It's not very pleasant to hike through, and there's not that many safe places to camp. So I kind of find myself hiking further just to get to a safe campsite. Also, obviously, I have my goal to get to Truckee by a certain time. So I want to stay on top of that. And three, I'm just by myself. There's not many people out here. I'm still camping by myself pretty much every night. There were a few guys that showed up late last night, right as I was finishing dinner. You know, if I'm not hiking, I'm just sitting out here by myself. There's nothing to do. So, kind of just makes more sense just to keep walking until it's time to eat and go to sleep. I will admit, there's been a couple nights where I've had phone service and I call my wife and she'll talk to me while I'm making dinner, eating dinner, getting ready for bed. That happened last night. We talked for almost an hour. It was incredible. I wish I could do that every night. I swear I'm gonna go home and marry that girl all over again. Anyways, trying not to die. Want to go to camp. Want to lay down. I'm a tired boy. All by myself. Another day on the PCT. Last night was rough. For dinner, I was cooking mac and cheese, but I got this like cheap off-brand Dollar General mac and cheese, and I don't recommend it. It was so sticky and emulsified in there, and it was like sticking to the bottom of my pot. It was burning. I couldn't stir it. It was a disaster. It was so hot last night. I'm just sitting in my tent, in my underwear, sweating, trying to cool down. And I didn't sleep well because there was this funny little deer just walking around all night. And anytime it would like step on a stick or a branch and snap or make some noise, it would just wake me up. So I gave myself an extra hour to sleep in this morning. So I slept in till 6. And life rolls on. Now I'm hiking. I think I'm about 5 miles out from the little town of Belden. I'm gonna stop there for probably 2 or 3 hours. I don't want to, but my power brick is really low on charge, so I need to spend some time and charge it up. And I also need to decide or try and do some research and see. There's a tropical storm hitting the California coast, I don't know, today or tomorrow, and it might hit up here come Monday, so that's 3 days from now. And I don't know if it's gonna hit or not, but if it does, I might want to find some lodging, which is gonna set me back on my timeline a little bit, but so that's something I'm also trying to figure out at the same time. Anyways, another thing I get to look forward to, the climb out of Belden is ridiculous. I think it's like 5,000 feet up. It's gonna be a monster climb. So I don't really know what's going on today. I'm just gonna do my thing, take care of myself, do what's best for me, and see how far I can get. Spent 3 hours in Belden. It was pretty empty, like a ghost town. But I did get to charge my power bank for a few hours. And I also washed my socks in the river. Now it's time to begin quite a steep climb. And overall, not very excited. Not looking forward to it. Pretty over it. About 6:30 p.m. and I've stopped here. Got this epic view and I'm just making dinner. Some couscous with chicken and nuts and mayo. I'm gonna put it in a tortilla. So I'm gonna eat dinner and then I'm gonna hike probably another 4 miles. So I've done 19, do 4 more, 23-mile day. It's pretty good considering I took a 3-hour break or rest in Belden to charge my stuff up. So that's pretty good. And I was feeling pretty tired today. So I'm really happy with that. Hiking got better today. Once I got to the top of that climb, definitely still some burn area, but it's getting less and less, and it's getting more and more enjoyable, so that's cool. I'm pretty content while I'm hiking. It's just when I get to places where I want to rest, or stop, or camp, you get there and there's like no one there, and you're like, oh, well, all right. So that's something I'm learning to deal with, or to appreciate it. It's good to be alone and by yourself, and people don't often get a chance to do things like that. So this is a good experience for me. Anyways, I got called out for saying that too much. Anyways, well, I'm gonna cook dinner and get to camp. See ya! Good morning. Woke up to just the lightest drizzle this morning. Was actually pleasant. Cooler temperatures make for better hiking. Today there is a hurricane, tropical storm hitting the California coast, and it might have some kind of impact up here. It's supposed to hit tomorrow for me, but the forecasts are just showing kind of small amounts of rain, scattered thunder, lightning storms. Nothing really different from what I've been experiencing every day this past week. So I have decided I will hike through whatever kind of storm comes. Only time will tell if that was a good call or not. Currently, I am 75 miles away from Sierra City. So today, tomorrow, arrive the next day. I just have to average 25 miles a day. So any miles above 25 I can do will simply get me into Sierra City a little bit earlier. And I'm planning on finding some kind of hiker hotel, bed and breakfast, some kind of lodging to stay in. I want to take a shower. I want to sleep in a bed. And when I'm in Sierra City, I'll just have to do a small 2-day resupply to get me to Truckee. So that's my current timeline. And I'm going to enjoy this nice, cool, green, lush, forested morning. See ya. Fern Gully! If you haven't seen the movie, highly recommend. It's a classic. Robin Williams, Nature vs. Society, definitely worth a watch. Hello! I just set up camp. It is 7:08 p.m. Camp is not so glamorous, but it's the best I got. Right at the end of a burn area, beginning of green area. So I've got green trees overhead. Still a little bit of burn around. It's the best I got. 29 miles done. And I think I saw one person today, and they were hiking in the other direction. But I've been pretty okay with it. I'm getting used to being alone. I realized that, you know, obviously it's uncomfortable, but I came out here to be uncomfortable and learn how to deal with that. And so I think being alone is important, or being comfortable with it. And there's not too many occasions these days, especially in modern society, when you're truly alone. You know, it's very different than being out here. But I think that a lot of good things can come from that too. So I just kind of see it as an additional challenge of the trail. And you know, after a week, it gets easier. That said, would love it if somebody just walked through and hung out. Anyways, I'm gonna make some dinner and go to sleep. Tomorrow could potentially be a really rainy day, or maybe it won't be that bad. Might see a little bit of that storm come through, but only time will tell. Cheers. Good morning. It's a drizzly, misty morning. There was a light rain through the night, which was actually really nice. Enjoyed it. And when I woke up this morning, it was just a very light drizzle, just like yesterday. Really misty out. Today is the day where some kind of storm might hit. There's potential for rain, thunder, lightning, all that stuff. But kind of had that every day this week, so we'll just have to see what happens. Goal for the day is 25 miles or more, but I'll probably just aim for that. All these bushes are really wet, so when I brush them, I get wet. It's nice and cool, feels good to walk. Let's go. Raining. Just a quick little break. It stopped raining. It was raining pretty good for I don't know, the past 5 hours. I am soaked to the core. Everything is wet. I'm pretty cold, a little bit shivery when I stop hiking, and I was having trouble opening my phone because my hands were wet, my phone was wet. I couldn't swipe to unlock, so it's been really hard to check my navigation and that kind of stuff. So it's been pretty stressful. I have gone about 14 miles, and I'm gonna try to hike for a couple more hours. Hopefully I would love it if it stopped raining. I was kind of embracing it for a while, making the best out of it, but I started getting worried when I wasn't able to use my navigation and that kind of stuff. Definitely thought about stopping a few times and just setting up camp and calling it a day, but I pushed through because I was optimistic, thinking that it might stop raining. And it's definitely lightened up right now. Who knows what'll happen later, but I think I've got at least a couple more hours in me. And if the weather stays nasty, I'll stop early, set up camp, and get warm and stay dry. Anyways, that's where I'm at. Tough day. Whew. Man, these past 8 days has been such a whirlwind, like Homer's Odyssey. I've gone through triple-digit temperatures, thunder, lightning storms, rain, torrential rainstorms, never-ending burn zones, long miles, loneliness. It has felt like the lows have been outweighing the highs lately, and I'm just fighting to keep going every day. But I'm still out here and I'm still going, and I can't believe I've made it this far. I'm just gonna do my best to keep pushing today, and want to get to Sierra City tomorrow and try to reward myself for just a brief little moment. And then I'm 2 days out from Truckee. It's just gonna be a full-on push to get there. I might drop dead when I get there, but I don't care, that's all that matters. And then I will rest. Very testing, very testing. I am cozied up in my little happy bubble. I ended up going 26 miles today, which I'm damn proud of for getting kicked around so much. And that means I'm only 19 miles away from Sierra City tomorrow. So I'm just gonna wake up and probably try to get in early afternoon. And all of my stuff stayed dry except for my down jacket, which is completely soaked. That was the only thing that wasn't protected in a waterproof stuff sack inside my pack. So I've got to figure out how water got in, because that thing is soaked. Everything else is perfectly dry, thank goodness. I'm going to probably listen to The Godfather on audiobook. It's really good. I'm gonna eat a lot of food, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. Good morning. I'm tired. My throat is also a bit funny. I thought the past few days that I had a sinus infection, but it could also just be a cold. But that's that. It was so nice being warm and cozy all night. But then I woke up. It did rain a bit in the night, and then woke up. It's dark. Had to put on all my wet clothes from the day before. That just is not pleasant. And everything else is just soaking wet. Hopefully I get some sunshine today. Would love to dry out some of my stuff before I get into Sierra City. My tent is just sopping wet, so would love to dry that out. My down jacket too, and some other things, but I'm walking. I've been walking for a little while. I got an early start today. Started in the dark, had my headlamp on. 19 miles to Sierra City. And I'm gonna try to find a place for me to stay. Got to do a little bit of a food resupply. Pretty much a day and a half, almost 2 days to get me to Truckee. But I just want to have a shower, a nice hot shower. Would love to do some laundry, lay in a bed. So that is my motivation for the day. Let's go. Alrighty, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm looking down on the highway. The highway is just 1.5 miles outside of Sierra City. So I will stick the thumb out, and if there's not many cars, I'll just walk. It's pretty close. Or I could just walk with the thumb out. Multitask. Anyways, gotta get to town. Gotta try and find some place to stay. Shower, laundry, food. Boom. "8:30 in the morning, and I'm back on trail. I stayed at the old Sierra City Hotel. Perfect place for hikers. Highly recommend it. Rob, who runs the place, just gave me a lift back to trail. Such a cool guy. And he's a rock star. I have a cold. I'm drinking Dayquil. And I'm, 43 miles from Donner Pass, where I will get picked up by my wife, and I will spend a few days in Truckee. So excited. So I just my goal today is 20 miles, and that'll leave me some, 22, 23 miles tomorrow. And then I can really rest and relax. But felt so good to sleep in a bed. I spent all evening in bed, and then I slept in today and spent every single second, minute I could in bed. Felt so good. Well, time to keep going. This is my life now. This is just gorgeous. Beautiful weather, wonderful hiking. And I feel so awful. Tough day. I'm 2 miles out of camp. It's gonna be about a 20-mile day, and then I will rest. Good morning. What a pristine morning. Oh, it's gonna be a ripper day. I'm like 21 miles from Donner Pass, and my wife is gonna pick me up there. I've been waiting for this day for over a month. Still not feeling great, but maybe a little bit better since yesterday. Or maybe it's just my excitement that's got me going. But either way, I'm gonna get there. And I'm really stoked that I got here exactly when I thought I was gonna get here. My plans were perfect, despite many obstacles and challenges. It all worked out. Well, I made it work out. So, let's try to enjoy this, but I'm gonna enjoy town a lot more. Whew. Just about 1 mile away from Donner Pass, home of the famous Donner Party. That's where I will get picked up, and I'm so excited. My wife will be there. Our friend, famous singer-songwriter Victoria Bailey will be there. She's got a small residency this weekend at the Truckee Hotel, playing shows every night. And there's a rodeo this weekend. We're gonna see some horse riding, bull riding, all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna sleep in a bed, gonna eat a bunch of food, and I'm gonna relax a lot. And I'm probably gonna catch up with Lab Rat and U-Turn as well. I think they're in Tahoe at the moment. I'm starting to feel a lot better. Was hardly blowing my nose at all today. Not really coughing much. My throat's a bit rasp, but overall, things are improving greatly. I'm very excited. Just looking across at Donner Pass over here, and gosh, I'm just so hungry. I could eat just about anything.